Hey folks, this is Blake, aka Moltar Johnson. A few people asked for instructions about making my bracelets, so I thought I would throw together this video. I've never done a video like this before, so please bear with me, and sorry about the messy desk. First off, to explain what I'm doing, these bracelets are 550 paracord. Here's my spool that I have right here. I have another spool. Fortunately, all I have right now is red. But just for the sake of covering my ass, while the cord comes from a reliable supplier and is tested to hold 550 pounds of weight, hence the term 550 paracord, how you choose to use this cord is up to you, and if you suffer loss of life, limb, or loved one because you did something stupid, don't come back to me. I decided to start doing these because so many survival bracelets I looked at looked like they took forever to unravel. And if you need to make a tourniquet, again, refer back to my previous disclaimer, if you need to make a tourniquet or stabilize a broken bone, you probably don't want to waste 15 minutes unraveling your bracelet, because that's just stupid. This is one of the weaves that I did. I don't know, like, this camera really shows very well. I'm just using a web camera right now, that's all I have. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of this weave, so I was actually going to pick this apart and show you how to make one, because someone actually ordered one from me. Not one of these, but one of my tighter weave ones, which comes out looking like this. So I was going to go ahead and throw together that for you, and it's easier to undo these knots using a crochet hook or something like that, but not necessary. Again, in a survival situation, you can cut this off and it'll come out pretty quickly, but for sake of trying to preserve the material, I'm just going to go ahead and untie this. Also, if in a survival situation you don't have a knife handy, then I would recommend try making it a habit to keep one in your possession at all times. Knives are wonderful tools. They come in quite handy. So again, like I showed, after the knot's undone, you can just pull this out. Let's see if we can find the main knot, or the main end piece. I leave these things pretty loosely. The straggler is pretty loose. But it's not coming undone. There's no way that's coming undone, unless you mean for it to come undone. Now, right here, you can pull this out. Sorry, I have huge fat hands, so it's probably making things hard to see. But there, if you pull this one out, and then you unhook that, do this one into there, that's the whole thing holding it together. It's not coming undone. But if you loosen that and then pull this out, then you see we have the end here. Now, unlike so many of those other bracelets that take forever to unravel, and they showed some guy picking them apart and just being all around pretty dumb about it, this one will pretty easily come apart once you get the main knot undone. Again, I'm good at tying knots, but when it comes to fat fingers, it's not the most convenient when it comes to untying them. So now, see, we have the thing undone here. Now if I just pull right here, well, I'm making an idiot of myself. Maybe I did this one on the other end. No. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm making an ass of myself here. Okay, there we go. Now, pull it and it comes undone very quickly. As anyone who's done crochet might have noticed, this is just a crochet knot. So I have a crochet hook in my hand. crocheting these is, in my opinion, the best way to make a paracord bracelet that will quickly release. And now I have quite a few feet of paracord wrapped around my fat fingers here. This is not a 10 or 12 foot length of paracord like the other bracelets that I saw. Okay? This is easily 20 feet here, and it's all one length. The dual color paracord bracelets are pretty much always made of, two separate cords that have been somehow tied together at the bottom, at the base of the bracelet before the bracelet's tied, or something along those lines. So they aren't. You can always cut them shorter. You can never make them longer and have the same effect unless you're, a sailor or someone who knows how to tie two lengths of rope together to make them nice and sturdy. Now, to show you how I did these, it's very simple. You take these, and it's going to do a little slip knot here, and this little slip knot is going to be the start of a paracord bracelet. This is one of the first ones I did, so I didn't do the end, didn't fasten it right. So we go ahead and trim that off, and this probably isn't going to show up very well on the camera, but you just kind of hold it over the flame of your lighter or a candle or whatever. I guess if you're going to be doing a lot, you could use a candle, but since I try to cut it as little as possible, it's not something that I would really need to keep a candle burning for to waste a candle. But here, so the first knot. Let's see if we can zoom in on this or what. Hey, look what I found. You can zoom in on my fat hands and see how I'm doing this if my fingers don't cover it up. Okay, so crochet. This is a K-hook, or for those who are doing metric, it looks like it's 2 to 6.5 millimeter or 6.5 millimeter. Not sure what these numbers mean. I was only ever taught the letter things about crochet hooks. Yeah, I'm using all the big technical terms here, so here, if we do the first little loop here, it just comes through. And I don't have any video editing software, so I can't speed this up for you. I apologize. But this first little loop, like that. So I'll show you again. You have your crochet hook through your slip knot. You wrap it around, pull it through, and as you pull it through, you twist it around so the point is down, and then you pull it through like that. And that's the beginning. Anytime you start something in crochet, well, anytime I've ever started anything in crochet, let me see if that makes things better. You always start with a chain. Whether the chain is 3 links long or 30 links long, that's how you start it. Okay, and I hate retying them because then you have to work with that bundle of cord that is just a mess. That's why, if you notice, what's left of my other supply is wrapped around just a stray piece of wood I grabbed from the garage. But here we go. I'm going to start going on this chain. It takes a second to get started. Once you've got the chain done, things start going a lot easier. You just, again, wrap it around and pull it through. And you want to kind of tighten it up every time you just pull on both of these lengths down here that we're working with, and it just keeps everything really good and tight. And that's why a crochet hook, honestly, I think crochet is the best way to do something like this, because especially someone like me with my fat fingers, which I'm sorry I've mentioned that like 50 times now, I can't work with little knots like this with these hands. So crochet, way to go. Go ahead and get this chain going a little bit, and when it comes time to come back, because it's really all that you're doing when you crochet, you always, when you're doing a single stitch, you're going to come up 2, so you come back 3. So here we have these knots, so we've got my little chain, and each one of those bumps is basically a link in the chain, if you see those bumps there. And so we count back from my hook 1, 2, and we want to go bring it back into this third hook. And here, if you go through here and you pull it back through, and I'm really sorry about the quality of this camera, this is just kind of a basic, this is how I do what I do, and this is pretty much going to be the end of it, but I just wanted to show you. See, now that you've come back through, and then you pull it through just like you did before with the chain after you go through one of those hooks, and you'll see if you do it yourself, there's a pattern that emerges here, obviously, and when you want to make sure to make everything look even. So when I pulled it back through, I went through this loop here, and then we have this loop here, and this one here, and you can see better if I hold it like that. See where the gray shows through of my work surface, aka my towel? That's where you want to put your hook through to pull another length of the cord through. So this has been a ridiculously basic instructional video. Honestly, if you want to learn more about crochet, there are probably better videos out there, but if nothing else, I've kind of tried to explain why I think that these bracelets are a lot better than others. And thanks for watching. Have a nice day.